Howdy, this is Crafty Grinding back again with an arena cutoff video for Marvel Contest of Champions. Today I'm going to preview the upcoming arena for Ghost and Void. So the first thing I always like to do is categorize how I think these arenas are going to compare to past arenas, as that allows me to then jump into some trend analysis. And for the feature champs, really there's only two types. You're either a new champ or old champ, and it's pretty crystal clear. Ghost is a new champ. These are always, the feature arenas are always easy to categorize. It's the 4-star basic arenas that it can get a little difficult from time to time, just because there's a couple different groups that they can fall in. There's low interest, like low interest, so they've been in the game for a while. They've been in even the 4-star basic arena many times, that kind of thing. Then there's that low interest, but actually I kind of categorize it to the mid interest, and that's most recently like what we've seen with Archangel, we've seen it with MODOK, then we've seen some newer champs like Dr. Octopus, etc. fall in there. And then we have this other category, the high category, where you've got new champs in the 4-star basic arena, so first time there, and they're really, top tier champs. So think Medusa, think Blade, and in this case, think Void. I think, he's definitely, this is his first time into the 4-star basic arena. I think, he's going to definitely push numbers somewhere between Medusa and Blade. Speaking of them, let's take a look at some of those 4-star basic high interest results. So basically, it's anything over 3 million is basically classifies in the first round, classifies a 4-star basic champ as high interest. At least that's how I categorize them. And you can see who are some of the most recent, and it hasn't been that recent. I think it was back in May when Blade came out. But anyway, so there's not a lot of high interest 4-star basic champ these days, which I think is a good thing. That means for the most part, most of the 4-star basic champs can be attained by most of the players across the community, which is a good thing. However, I think in this case, Void is going to be something similar to these champs and probably closer to Medusa and Blade, somewhere in between, my guess. Then when it comes to feature arenas, let's first take a look at the 3-star feature. And if you follow my channel for a while, you know that some of the community spots that I like to look at arena results where people are reporting their results, and then those community spots then kind of summarize what everybody reports to them. Anyway, they stopped asking for 3-star arena results, so I don't have anything fresh there, but as you can see, I don't think we need it, and I think that's why they stopped gathering as well, because people all kind of understand what the 3-star feature arena cutoffs are at, and you can see for new champs it's somewhere between 1 million to 1.1 million. So not a lot of drama on this one. 4-star feature arena, this is where there starts to be a little range, a little variance difference between the different 4-star featured new champs. You can see with a really good defensive champ like Infinity War, Iron Man Infinity War, you saw that we had a high number, 14.2 million. With a good damage champ, some use her for defense as well. You see with oh, I can't even think of her name now. Domino, 13.7 million. Then you see with Massacre, when still a decent damage champ, but not as good as Domino, started to slip to 12.7. And then you have Wasp, most recently coming in at 11.5. And at the end of the day, I don't think she's a bad champ, but for whatever reason, you can see this straight decline over a couple million over the last couple new champs that we've seen in the game. I don't think that's going to be a continuous trend. I think this is probably where we see, even though Ghost, in my opinion, based off of what I've seen so far and finding her in Uncollected, it doesn't seem like she's a great champ, but I don't think it's going to go much lower than 11. It'll probably bounce somewhere between 11 or 12, in my opinion anyway. But when it comes to the 5-star feature arena, we see very similar things where there's a lot of variance between the, a top tier champ like Alliance War Defender, Iron Man Infinity War, who came in at 55 million. Then you've got a Domino again at 48. Then you see Massacre drop to 41. And then most recently Wasp at 37. I think again, even though Ghost isn't great, I believe we probably bottomed out as far as low as we'll go with some of these. So I think, in my opinion, it'll be in that 41-37 range. But, that's just my opinion. What I always like to do with these arena previews is get your opinion. What do you think? And so I always like to pose to the community a couple questions, or maybe just one, for the arenas that I think are going to be the most interesting in terms of their cutoff. First, starting with the 4-star basic Void. What do you think it'll be? Will it be 3 to 3.5, 3.5 to 4, 4 to 4.5, or 4.5 to 5 million? And what about the 5-star feature ghost, you can see the categories I set up here. So anyway, I would love your input. It helps me a lot to kind of figure out what to expect for round 1 cutoffs, as I actually do the prediction video in a couple days. So if you got a minute or two, head on over to the community section of my channel and cast your vote. And if you have another minute, throw it going down to the comment section and put a little context on why you voted that way. Again, it's your data, your input into the process really does help a lot. So would love to hear your thoughts, as we, the community, really drive these arenas anyway. So it's kind of called crowdsourcing if you're familiar with digital marketing. It's really getting the input of the people that are involved with the community, and to kind of come up, hopefully at the end of the day, with a number that probably ends up being reality. So anyway, that's why I love to get your input. So if you got a minute, head on over and cast your vote. So anyway, if you'd like this video, I really appreciate you if you click that thumbs up button. And if you like this and other videos I have on the channel and you haven't subscribed yet, I'd really appreciate it if you did. Thanks a lot for stopping by, and have a great day.